What's up, everyone? I'm going to be doing the install of the Santoro Fabworx rear bag and front crash bar. It's going to be on my 2020 Road Glide. I ended up doing the order from Get Lowered. These are going to be the extensions, since the factory crash bar supports the front fairing. Those are going to be a different mounting point with this bracket here, or these brackets I should say. So we'll see how this goes. Bag off, side cover off, seat off. Next thing is we're going to be removing this guy. T. Might as well remove both of them. They're just factory seat spacers, bump stops, whatever you want to call them. You won't need bolts, I should say, or the spacers for this install. So for the bags, on those crash bars, you're going to get a total of 4 button heads, 2 nylon. The 2 shorter ones are going to go up top, right where I just removed those spacers. And the 2 longer, obviously one on either side. Once we get this section cut off, we're going to take the longer one on the crash bar and go through there and obviously do the nylon nut on the back side. Alright, we're going to measure and cut. Don't really give you an exact measurement, which I don't think is really necessary anyways. In the instructions they say somewhere around 4 inches, if I'm not mistaken. I'd rather cut a couple times than cut once and it'd be too short. So that should be about a fair spot right there. Doesn't have to be perfect. Somewhat close to being on the same side. So yeah, we're right about, very end of the bend, 2.5. See that for the other side. So I'm out of cutoff wheels, of course, and I need it in the most. But I just got this new Sawzall on sale, and I've been jonesing to find something to use it on. Here it is. Not the most ideal tool for this situation, but preferably I do a 3-inch cutoff wheel. I feel a lot more comfortable with that. Perfect. We need to take this bolt off, which is going to be our T45 still, the same one that we did up there. And it's going to be a 14mm on the back side. That you're not going to use this hardware again either. As far as this goes, we're actually going to have to do some cleaning up on that. Let's see what she looks like. Hopefully the camera angles. Oh, there's a mile of clearance there. Theoretically, I guess the more you keep in there, essentially the more support you have. You have pipe going further into the actual crash bar. So I'd recommend cutting less off. Alright, let's get these bags installed. You're gonna grab your 7/32 socket. Allen, socket Allen, whatever you got. And you need a 9/16 open end or socket. Let's go with the 3/8. This whole YouTubing thing and doing things with one hand, a little difficult. Alright, let's get this thing on. So starting with the bottom, get that lined up, put it in there an inch or so. You're going to want to do everything loosely so you get all the hardware in. A little bit of Loctite, grab your short button head bolt, put an excessive amount of Loctite on there. Get that thing halfway started. You're going to grab your long now button head and the nylon nut. This is the part where you're going to have to kind of do a little moving around. So you want to get the top one started by hand, get the bottom one going. Once you get the bottom one started, obviously you're going to have to monkey this around a little bit and such. Tighten the bottom one all the way, then go back to your top one. Simple as that. Alright, moving on to the front. You're going to need a T45 Torx. You're going to be taking this bolt out, as well as the same on the other side. That's going to be your lower mounting point. You will then need to take these out, which aren't part of the mounting system of the original bar, but you will need to mount your new bar to that. And then the upper mounting point has these extensions right here, fairing supports, to your upper support that's actually your factory bar support. You have this top bolt right here, which I'm not sure the size, but I will tell you the size as soon as I start messing with it. But we'll kind of get going here. Maybe I'll get a little time lapse going. Alright, so these two lower that you don't need to take out technically until you're ready to install the new crash bar is going to be the 3/16. And then the single top one up here, that's going to be a 1/4 inch Allen. So that's the last one I have left right now. I'll pop that off real quick and she should be free to go. I got all my wires and everything snipped. Cool part is these upper supports for the fairing still have half of the attachment point up there, so I can kind of push the crash bar forward and it kind of holds it in that nook. And now that I'm ready to take it out, just rotate it a little bit, maybe. Oh no, that's hooked behind the frame, the upper part. This piece is hooked up under the edge of the frame, and then these are holding it from the front side, so it almost can't drop straight down. I couldn't show you because Wasn't taking my hand off it. That right there hooks up through that square hole, and then that upper center hole is where the bolt goes through, and the threads are on the back side of the frame at that point. And then these fairing supports right here are pinching it from the opposite direction. So, like I said, you have a better chance of not dropping it. It's no guarantee. Alright, I covered the fender up. Felt like my luck was going to be running out here soon and gambling with dropping something on it. So, obviously got the old bar off. So you get 2 of these bolts, which are going to be your 2 uppers here. And you also get 2 washers. So obviously those are going to go to that. And then you get 2 button heads that are going to be going down in the bottom and holding those in. So the uppers are going to be 3/16 Allen. The lowers are going to be 7/32. Just going to pre-lock tight all the bolts. All right, let's try to do this. Get that one started. Leave a couple ratchet threads on it. Definitely got to keep that top loosened. Obviously want to get a couple threads going by hand. Helps prevent cross threading. Leave that one loose. Over here on this side now. Couple threads started by hand. Perfect. Alright, I popped my fairing off. Most of y'all know how to do that. If you don't, there's a million videos out there, I'm sure, in regards to that. I did a quick search on Santoro's website. Didn't see anything in regards to any kind of installation guide for this. I'm thinking that this can go there. Obviously it's in the way right now. And then the other end goes to the fuel tank bolts. And you can adjust it up to where it's pretty much flush with the bottom of the fairing, the painted portion of it, once it's back on. Well, I was right. By having it there, it definitely cleans it up quite a bit. You don't have that big bracket hanging down. I mean, it doesn't really stick out unless you're looking for it. Obviously, we're looking for it. There's a comparison. I'm gonna do these sliders. Short goes on top, long goes on bottom. And since this was sandblasted, I'm assuming, and then powder coated after welding, I'm just gonna thread chase it. Just makes life a lot easier. So it's gonna be a 1/2 13. Come on, GoPro. Got one job. Anyways, it's gonna be a 1/2 13 thread chaser. Yeah, I guess looks like they did a really good job keeping it clean, but thread chasing just makes things so much easier. So do a little time lapse. I use fluid film. You can use a lot of stuff. Grease, WD-40, things like that. camera's picking it up, but let's see all that gunk, metal shavings, probably sand, powder coating, all that crap. See how they go on. So the bolts are 3/8 Allens. So I guess I should have pointed this out. I bought this as a kit with the rears and the fronts. So you get a total of 6 sliders. The biggest of them go in the very front crash bar. Then the 2 smallest on top, medium size on the bottom of the rear. So just figured I'd throw that out there. Kind of forgot to mention that. 100% worth playing those threads in. Alright, there they are. They're installed. Here's the upper fairing supports. From a top view, side view, you really can't see them at all. A bit of a bottom view. Well, let me know what you think. Subscribe, like, comment. Later.